Good morning guys, Lucio here. In this tutorial I'll be teaching you how to fill dropped markers in OptiTrack Motive. So back to the prior example that we have in the previous videos, we have our spaceship. And in the spaceship I have destroyed some of the markers in order for us to show you this demonstration. You can probably see that playing through this timeline. You can see the spaceship is moving pretty smooth. No issues with the rigid body. Going and what's this? It disappeared. Looks like one of the markers has become a dropped marker, and then it snaps back. So in order to fix this dropped marker that had disappeared, we need to fill in the gaps. Now a dropped marker can occur if the data is corrupted, if during the capture session one of the markers are blocked off, or if one of the cameras cannot capture one of the markers that are on the object. So if it's blocked or obscured, data is going to be missing. So we can fix that by using the fill tools. So we're going to see that the issue is not marker 1, the issue is not marker 3, but the issue is marker 2. In marker 2, we can see that between gaps 1512 to 1652, we have about a little over 100 frames missing for marker 2. What we can do is we can use these 4 interpolation types. So constant, we can fill and it will do a line from A to B, but it will not average out from A to B. It'll just be a straight line. So we're going to set the maximum gap size to 2000. We can use 10, 100, 1000, or unlimited. Keep in mind for this purpose, we're not going to be able to use 10 or 100 because we have more than 110 frames missing. So we're just going to set that up to 2000, which is a default, and fill range. You can see the issue with that is it's not ideal at all to use. Like the marker is there, it's just unusable. So I'm going to undo that. Linear. Linear does fill in from A to B, but that's the issue. It just fills in from A to B. It doesn't average out. It doesn't do anything else. So we're going to undo that. Cubic, fill range. Now cubic averages out from A to B. However, if there's hills in that in the deleted frame range, if there's hills, valleys, or dips, it's not going to capture that at all. It's just going to find point A and B and average them out to make it as smooth as possible. Keep an eye on marker 2 and you will see that it trails off right there, and then it trails back. This still is a bit wonky. I would say use it sparingly because you can destroy your data still. So we're going to undo that and go over to pattern based. Pattern based requires you to have more than one marker selected because it has to take the relationship from surrounding markers to generate a pattern from those markers and apply it onto the missing marker. So right now I only have marker 2 selected, but I'm going to choose control select marker 1 and marker 3 along with marker 2. So back to edit tools, interpolation type, pattern based, and we're going to change the target from spaceship marker 3 to marker 2 because marker 2 is the one we're missing data on. Keep an eye on the graph. You will see that we have marker 1 and marker 3's data. We're going to try to match that with the pattern based fill. Now, it looks like barely anything has changed. That's because marker 2 is fitting in perfectly or very well within the graph. So we're going to do a quick scrub. Select only marker 2. And you can see that it is tracking very well. It's not perfect, but it gets the job done. So keep in mind, sometimes you will have data that is missing with this big of a gap or even bigger. This is just an example to where I destroy the data. So feel free to experiment with the constant, linear, cubic, and pattern base. If you have questions, feel free to ask them and I'll be happy to answer. Have a good one.